Hey UConn Nation, it's KK Arnold here. If you're looking for the latest UConn women's basketball content, go subscribe to Listen Up to Phil and Ryan. Go Huskies!
Thank you, KK. Thank you, Ryan. Phil and Ryan on Listen Up. Ryan, if I had to guess, you and I had a dream. We flew back to Hartford and we woke up in Hartford in the hotel because it is a white, snowy day up here in Maryland coming to you on Listen Up. And not only a beautiful snowy day, a beautiful win for the UConn Huskies, Ryan, as they improve undefeated in the conference, that is. Final score 96-36. And stuff gets even sweeter on this Sunday afternoon. Aubrey Griffin, welcome back.
Yeah, this was one of my favorite games to watch this season because we had about a little bit of everything in this one. Couldn't wait to recap this game. It was yet another sold out crowd at Gampel Pavilion, and we got some very exciting news about 3 hours before the game that Aubrey Griffin would make her season debut, and it's been over 1 year since Griffin has played in a game, so I know everybody really excited that she's finally back. Very electric start for the Huskies, on fire from the field. Everything was clicking. Sarah Strong wanted to make up for only scoring 6 points, the least amount of points she scored the whole season in the last game, because in the first 6 minutes in this one, Strong was 4 of 4 with 9 points. Also, in the first 6 minutes, UConn already up 18-5, and that lead grew to 26-7 at the end of the quarter. Faith Masonis really struggled to get something to fall. She was 0 of 6 from the floor. Sarah Strong, a perfect from the floor, already up to 13.7 rebounds. Azzi Fudd with 8 points through 10 minutes as well. And the passing continued to be on point. I was really glad to see the momentum carry into the second quarter because we've seen too many times this season UConn gets a huge lead and we've seen them take their foot off the gas pedal. That didn't happen in today's game, which was very nice to see. But the most important thing was about the 8 minute mark. Paige Bueckers reached 2,000 career points, and the crowd went absolutely bananas for about a minute straight. It made Bueckers the fastest UConn player ever to reach the 2,000 point mark and counting. Now, another special moment came about halfway through the quarter when Aubrey Griffin checked into the game. The crowd roared once again and chanted her name. The score was 56-16 through 2 quarters, which tells you about how this game went. Possibly the best UConn has looked all season, especially in one half, and they couldn't have shot the ball much better. Seton Hall was just overwhelmed. They couldn't really throw it in the ocean, it seemed like, in this game, obviously already out of hand, and it was points, points, and more points in the second half. But I think the most important thing that happened today in terms of the team's confidence is that we had all four consistent quarters of basketball. But this game is up there with the Iowa State game in terms of the best performances from the Huskies. Just an unreal display of basketball. Paige getting to 2,000 points, Griffin returning, Azzi, Sarah continuing to impress, KK, Ashlyn, Chelly providing more good minutes off the bench, Jana, another solid performance inside the paint, and Ali Zabel made 3 long-range shots, and you couldn't really have written a better script for today's game.
It's like the thing hanging on the window outside, right? It's like the meter goes down a little bit, then it comes back up, measuring the temperature. And mind you, the temperature's coming up this week, Ryan. Stay inside. But that's how it is, right? In my mind, because I'm like, all of a sudden, Ryan, I hope you believe even more. I hope that meter's starting to go back up. And I hope everybody else on this channel, their meter's starting to go back up. Mine is, right? Mine is for sure. Because again, I'll talk about the 2 big games in February. Just talk a little bit for me, if you don't mind, Ryan, about it. What's this mean? Aubrey Griffin coming back. I know we touched on it last video. We'll touch on it again and again and again. Hopefully, we continue to see the minutes rise. I like how she reads the defense. She knows how they're playing her, no matter what team it is. She changes a game all by herself. We've seen it, Ryan. We know Aubrey Griffin. I never thought I would sit here and be talking to you like this mid-January, almost with March coming up. Usually it's all Paige, and congratulations to Paige Bueckers, by the way. But usually it's all Bueckers, Bueckers coming out of my mouth. What do you take away from this? Is this really the missing piece that that we need for March? It's make or break, make or break. Now, no pressure on Griffin, but I think that Ryan, this might be it. Aubrey Griffin has to be in for this deep run that you and I and everybody else are dreaming about.
It very well could be, and all the coaches, all the players are saying that we need Aubrey Griffin back, and I think it's very true. I think she only played about 5 to 10 minutes in that range today, and scored 3 points, I believe. So it's nice to see her get on the board, grab a couple rebounds. But of course, these next couple games, it's kind of all about her getting back into the rhythm, the swing of things. But in terms of about a month and a half from now, when we get into the thick of things in March, her role in this team is obviously going to expand a lot more. She'll probably see about 15 to 20, maybe even more minutes per game. But yeah, I mean, Aubrey, this is her fourth healthy season on the team, and we've seen her do it the past 3 years that she's played. It's just consistency from her. And like I mentioned, like we've said all season, it's been at times a lack of consistency from this team. We didn't see it today, but going down the stretch and those clutch times that UConn really needs some players to step up. I think the whole team is confident and knows that Aubrey Griffin is one of those players that you can count on, whenever you need her most to step in and step up for this team.
All right, let's go. Jason D'Amico said there is a chance that we see Aubrey on Sunday. If true, that is about a month sooner than I would have predicted. Good stuff. Gino's offensive scheme does not allow Paige to be aggressive the way Rye once expects her to be. Gino has turned Paige into just another cog in the machine that does exactly what she is told. On the flip side, there is a part of me that also believes that Paige is holding back, waiting for someone to step up. Someone reliable that she can play off of during tournament season. We shall see. Peace.
Well, I think Gino definitely wants her to be more selfish, but yeah, I think for Paige today, definitely another efficient shooting performance from the field. I think that I heard him say during the broadcast with Megan and Alan, they said that her career field goal percentage is a little over 50% from the field. So that's another very impressive stat that Bueckers holds. And, it kind of just is the way that she plays. Just kind of an unselfish mentality. When Aubrey checked into the game today, just another example. Paige could have shot an open shot, but instead passed it to Aubrey because she wanted Aubrey to score when she finally returned to the game. So, it's just little things like that. But Paige is always looking to get her teammates involved, but there are certain times, definitely, I think in the future in some of these postseason games that I think Gino wants her to be more selfish and see if she can really take over a game.
And mind you, Ryan, you might have brought it up. Sarah Strong, Ryan, according to Maggie Benoni's post on here, Sarah Strong up to her fourth double-double of the year with 23 points and 11 rebounds. So that was a tweet that went out a while ago, 35 minutes ago. Paige and Azzi each with 18 points, with Paige also with 7 assists. Ryan, yeah, I mean, again, don't look too much into it. This is in conference play. No disrespect to the other teams in conference, but mind you, I mean, the higher the score, hopefully this carries on into February and March and so on. You know what I mean? Let's go over one more. Miles Angus said, I see flashes of that killer instinct of which you spoke in Morgan Shelley. Watch her. I think you will agree with me, although it won't come its full extent until next year. But she can do it now if she puts her mind to it.
I agree with that 100%. I think Morgan definitely next year, when we unfortunately see a couple of these players leave, she's definitely going to get her time and increase it in minutes. I would definitely expect that she's going to get. And we've definitely already seen flashes this season. I'm glad Gino's continuing to play her, giving her consistent minutes off of the bench. And I think really the past 5 or 6 games, I would say we've really seen, solid performances out of her every time she's gotten on the court. So, and I think we saw another one of those today, always fighting for the ball, crashing the boards. And, she can drive the ball inside the paint. She had a really good Euro step today. So I think moving forward, we're definitely going to see Chelly a lot more down the stretch. And for sure, next season, I definitely think she's going to have a pretty big role on the team.
All right. We love you, Husky Nation. We love you, KK Arnold family. And KK Arnold, we love you, Listen Up family. Let's get that number to 2.65 thousand. Ryan, good luck tomorrow on the last check-in against Villanova. Again, final score on this snowy Sunday. UConn 96, Seton Hall 36. And Ryan, I will see you Wednesday for the game recap. Phil and Ryan on Listen Up.